East Bengal have seen their nearest rivals drop points, and that means they can hope. And they could not have asked for a better fixture to reignite those hopes in the Hero ISL. Bottom of the table, NorthEast United come calling to Kolkata tonight, but they come with that quality of a side which has nothing to lose. Mahesh. Lima. Jerry. Jerry's ball in. Header from Cleiton! First header of the season for Cleiton Silva. East Bengal's main man scores again.
We were questioning whether he could score with his head before the game. He's had 10 goals this season with his right foot. Can he score with his left foot? More important, the striker for me, can he score with his head? And my word, he's answered the critics within 10 minutes. Great ball into the penalty box. It was more driven ball than one of the benders that you normally see. Stood up very, very nicely by Jerry. Look at this for pace. And that near post man, Mashur, I think it is, he's been beaten towards the ball. And the goalkeeper's been beaten at his near post. What a finish by a man who can't head the ball.
A bullet from Cleiton Silva. And he's showing his quality, isn't he?
Absolutely, absolutely. He's at top of the tree now in terms of goals scored. And it's about 60-65% of the goals in the total goals of East Bengal. What a player.
Baitia.
This lad on the ball showed a little bit of class about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and hopefully we'll see it again.
Tondonba. Parthib. That's more like it, Parthib! What a strike! That was snapping and crackling in the air.
What a player, what a player. I think this lad can play down the middle, but he's played down the right-hand side here, and he's asked Jerry numerous questions in the first 10 minutes in the game. And Stephen Constantine cannot believe himself, but all he's done is control the ball and thought, well, I've had a shot last time, I'm going to have another one. And he's had a shot this time, and this time it's gone right in the top corner, and Kamaljit Singh has got absolutely no chance.
He's almost shown Mahesh that this is how you can take an attempt and make it count.
And look how far out he is, and he's on the same angle, and he's decided, I'm hitting this regardless. It bounced up very, very nicely, but that is unstoppable. Again, you could put 3 goalkeepers in, you wouldn't have stopped that. No backswing. If you look at the technique of Parthib, it's absolutely top draw. And this lad hasn't scored a goal in 3 games at NorthEast United, and there's one right out the top draw.
Philippatu, Jithin, and Jithin scores! NorthEast with a remarkable turnover!
None more than they deserve, if truth be known. None more than they deserve, let me tell you. And it's literally seconds after a handball claim, which I don't think it is myself. But look at the celebration there. Before the game, honestly, the body language was awful. And I must have got it wrong for sure, because if you look at that body language, there's a lot of love going around. And NorthEast United have dragged themselves off the floor, 1-0 down to go 2-1 up after 32 minutes. Fantastic return.
First onto his head and then onto his hand, but how quickly have they countered?
Well, I think East Bengal have switched off. That's a lovely little ball by Kulumbombi, and he's gone for the return. And what Jithin's done is stayed on side, he's held his run very, very nicely. Philippatu's picked him out, and I think he's not been involved heavily enough in the last games. Philippatu's got himself an assist now, but that first touch has given him an opportunity, and it's gone underneath the goalkeeper to make it 2-1. And look at the celebration from this fella. He's not been used to celebrating. Now all of a sudden, he's jumping for joy in the city of joy.
At the end of this half. Rakip's ball in towards Sumit Pasi, wins the flick on. Too much height on that, still could fall for Jake Jervis! Welcome to the Hero ISL, Jake Jervis! A flying acrobatic attempt! And Constantine's half-time team talk just got easier. What a way to get your first goal in the Hero ISL. Pasi wins it, and then it's in the air, dealt by nobody. But talk about flexibility. Talk about the ability to maneuver the body, use that right foot and beat the keeper. Instinct, a striker's instinct. And we are at 2-all. Mahesh. Cleiton. And Pasi's ball. Oh, was there a push? It was a push. Penalty. Penalty to East Bengal.
And I've got to say it, from what I'm seeing here, it's a no-brainer. And the referee's, he was just biding his time, whether he was making the right decision or not. And it has to be said, the build-up play was outstanding again from East Bengal. They played some great football in this second half. And the ball that came in was an absolute world-class ball into the 6-yard box. We always talk about it, but the foul was at the back post. I think Jake Jervis was just about to head the ball into a net. My word, it's a big decision, but I think they've got it right. There's the ball, and look at this for a ball in. On the money, far post, and it's Cleiton Silva at the far post again, looking to get in on the end of things with a header. And he's not one for going down easy. I think Alex Saji's barged into him, as you can see there from the cameraman behind the goal, and just takes him off his flight path, which he would have headed the ball towards the goal. For me, penalty.
And only one man will step up for it.
Well, we've had a record number of punches from Arindam. Can we get a penalty save? And you're looking at a guy on the ball, Cleiton Silva. You're coming up against somebody with absolutely oozing confidence at the moment, and all he wanted to do was head the ball into the net first and foremost, but now he's got the chance to put the ball into the back of the net from 12 yards.
Arindam did try to get into his head, but Cleiton's experience, that is what the battle is. Keeper against Cleiton. Cleiton! He is in tune with a motion that can lift an entire club. And it's not a dirty dozen, it's a beautiful dozen for Cleiton Silva. 3-2.
The staggered run, it's a nightmare for goalkeepers. When it was banned, I think, to a certain extent, because people were really taking the Michael, shall we say, but not this fella. He's run up to it, put the brakes on, waited for Arindam to move, and slotted it into the corner where Arindam wasn't. 3-2, what a game of football.
Sheer class and quality.
And if truth be known, Arindam was waiting for him to do it, and he didn't move, so I'll give him more credit. But just to the side of him, once he's static, Arindam cannot get off that rooted mark, and he's put it into an empty net.
And so this seesaw battle at the bottom of the table continues, with East Bengal heading up at this point and wanting more. Just lost footing and the ball. Hiramondal. With a slight clip on him.
Any one of two, and I think the referee's got the right man. O'Doherty, he caught him first. Anisi was doing his head in on the touchline, and it's Hiramondal that came on, and Jervis went into him second time. But the yellow card went to O'Doherty for the first tackle, rightly so. And that was after the Lord Mayor's show. I think the whistle had already gone, and that's the reason why Jake Jervis didn't get booked.
And Bombo. Oh! He struck air, Jithin, and then Hiramondal. Somehow that stays in. Gunny squeezed in. Oh, chance bad boy! It's 3-0. They're all running away in celebration. NorthEast have fought their way back again.
Well, we've questioned the spirit of NorthEast United all season. I'm telling you, tonight especially, they've showed a lot of spirit. And to be 1-0 down, to go 2-1 up, to be 3-2 down in the City of Joy, and I'm telling you, it's a well-worked goal in the end. That was the worst shot I've ever seen. That is the second worst shot I've ever seen. But eventually it comes to Ghani. He hits the byline, and that pull back into an area to another substitute, Imran Khan, who puts it into the top corner. 3-3.
Almost thought it was Danmoya because of the way it went in. Looked like Danmoya's right foot, but it was Imran who stepped up. And a great goal for the number 8.
And look at that for distribution straight away. Kamaljit Singh was not even thinking one iota about keeping the ball and killing the game.
And that is that. Cleiton Silva's efforts, but only a point.
Only a point, but he's got himself top of the charts. Cleiton Silva with 2 goals, fully deserves every credit for what he takes tonight, but they've only got a point. They'll be disappointed with that point, but I tell you, they've contributed NorthEast United to a great game of football. Well played, both teams.
As for East Bengal, it is the same old dreary crisis atmosphere. Chances created and not taken, moments not made memorable enough, the feeling that it cannot get much worse without something giving away, but nothing does. It's not ruin, it's not collapse, and their world hasn't ended yet. But the feeling that maybe this season will sink as well in the race for the top 6 is very much alive on the pitch.